Can you check sound quality for me, please? Oh, I don't have 2 screens. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Forget it up on your phone.
Yeah. Can you check sound quality for me, please? Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. It's been a while. It's probably nobody to be funneling in for some time. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I got 2 people watching. I don't know who they are, but yes, it has been a while. There's actually a video going up soon. It's actually processing right now. And then I'm gonna have another video going up. Yes. Once I get some charge back on my battery and my camcorder. So apparently I haven't charged that in some time since my wedding. And yeah, good stuff going on. Gonna be doing a whole build log, something I haven't done in probably some time actually. So that's oh, this is one. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to get back into the swing of things. Pupper's sleeping right now, so at least it should be sleeping. I don't actually know if it really is sleeping or not, but put him in bed about a half hour ago, give or take. A lot of stuff going on in my life. Probably some changes are gonna need to happen. No, the wife's staying, just not leaving.
I'm like, he would probably want me to go.
Meh. Can I keep the puppy?
No.
No? Okay, she has to stay then. Oh. Guess I don't have much of a choice. Game-wise, my Death Knight is 932, I believe. So she's doing well. His Hunter is in the low 9s, 907 as we currently stand. So that's exciting. My Priest is 924. It's funny because I haven't even touched rating at all. So, oh sweet, I got an upgrade wrists. But yeah, obviously I missed a major launch, and I definitely have to apologize for that. I wasn't there for Coffee Lake, but it was not in the cards for me. Where puppy, unfortunately, as some of you might know if you have dogs, they're not cheap, and they definitely take a fair bit to to raise and take care of, and shots and things of that nature. So it just, we've probably literally have dropped what, $1,400-$1,500 on him easy. And I mean, you guys can do the basic math. That's a mid-range gaming computer. Speaking of which, so I made a decision to part out my system. Couple reasons. My job has changed a lot. She's trying to get work. We want to spend money on Christmas, so this would be a way to kind of get it. But let me adjust this here because I don't like the way this is looking. There we go. But I'm going to show you guys something here. That's currently my system. I'm missing a case. There's no RX Vega in there. The RX Vega is not my wife. Right here. It's being sold. As is the rest of my system. I currently have an RX 580 in there. That's going to be what is replacing the Vega. I've come to find out I don't really need a lot of power for a while. So I'm going to be doing a whole new build. I'm hoping to cash out about $1,000. Get around, I think by my estimates based off of what I've sold and what I should get about 27, and the build-in cost is 16, so I'm hoping to net like 1,600, give or take. But I'll be honest, I'm spending far more on looks than I probably should be, but I want to stick to some sort of theme. I saw a similar theme on a video, Austin's video nonetheless. Not a similar theme, but he used a particular case that struck me as, hey, I would like to do a build like this. So that's coming down the pipeline. Hi, Online Panda. Yes, I know it's been a while. I'm hoping with some changes in the near future in my life, and on our life rather, not mine. But I'm hoping that it's going to free me up and get back to doing this. Maybe eventually make it a small revenue source. That'd be lovely. Speaking of which, while I don't think I can disclose how much money I made, I've been getting consistent money from Amazon. So I definitely appreciate anybody that uses my code to buy stuff. You know, it definitely... I see it. You know, I can't see who, but I can see what's purchased. And don't get me wrong, the commissions on computer parts are negligible, but people buy books and stuff, and I'd probably make more money off a digital book than I do off of a Ryzen 7 chip, to be 100% honest. But yeah, I've gotten a decent amount of revenue stream from that. I mean, by no means am I quitting my day job. In fact, if I had to do the math, it's far less than minimum wage, working 10 hours a week. But it's still something. So, you know, when you start adding up different revenue streams from YouTube and Amazon, and, you know, hopefully eventually I'll be able to get a sponsor or two here, you know, you might look at, I might get, you know, we'll say $50 a month from Amazon starting out on average. And then all of a sudden, we're looking at, I'm getting about $800-900 from that. And then I'm getting $500-600 from YouTube, and sponsors are giving me $1,300 or $1,400. And I would look at it, I was like, holy crap, that's how much I used to make after taxes back when, you know, the job that I do is very lucrative, right? So, you know, that's kind of how a lot of other, like, you know, Kyle and Paul look at it, is like, you know, they always pimp their stores, right? So, like, hey, buy this from my store, buy that. And to be realistic, I doubt they make a lot of commissions off of that. However, one thing to look at is when you take the t-shirt sales and the swag sales and the YouTube ad revenue and the sponsors, you know, and then you look at the Amazon affiliates and you look at some of the other stuff they do. I mean, realistically, I know they need a fair bit more money, but if you're bringing home $3 to $4 grand a month in most areas, that's a substantial amount of money. So,
reach.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, Mr. Mellon. Surprised you're not getting on me about my lack of communication at work. Yeah, I just reinstalled the work app today. I installed it while I was gone because my phone was draining from all the updates. So I got that installed right after I left today, actually. So I'll be back on the update wagon here pretty soon. Pupper's in bed, so I'm not able to bring him out because he'll get all feisty, and we're starting to get him on a better sleep schedule. Pupper. Trying to, yes. No, that is definitely a big, yes. Oh, speaking of which, Mr. Mellon, do you have a working computer? Because last I checked, and I could be very well wrong on this one, you sent it back, and I didn't hear anything else about that afterwards. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's kind of the tale as a whole, and I really can't say my particular occasion is any different than anybody else, but it seems that when you don't have people, you know, constantly kind of checking in with stuff, things fade, and that's the unfortunate part when you work in a sales position that has a lot of metrics involved. You see that happen, but
you're just gonna wait and save. Put it up on your phone.
Did you get money back for the computer? I hope. I'm parting out most of my systems, so if you want to buy it, you're more than welcome to.
No.
Now,
just remember, I get half.
Half of what?
Whatever you make.
Fine. That means if I lose money, you give me half?
I said whatever you make, not whatever you lose.
That is worth a shot.
You make $1, I get 50 cents.
If I lose $1,
I don't get anything.
I'm pretty sure that's how that works, right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Oh, shit. Where did he come from?
I'll buy a waste piece. Why not? So, yeah, thanks, Crackling Ice. $50.
What happened?
Crackling Ice offered me $50. So,
Yeah, I get 25 of that.
So let me think here. So my board processor, I can pull an AZ350 conservatively. Graphics card 500, so that's 850. I'll sell you a single 16 gig stick, or you can do 32. So we'll do 1150. Okay. I have a 1 terabyte SSD. Wow, I still have a lot of money to fucking freaking sell.
Good.
Because I have a 1 terabyte SSD, it's easily worth like $225. Graphics cards 5 to 550. Board and CPU, 350, 400. That's a fair bit. RAM. The problem is DRAM is through the roof again because of manufacturing issues. So I spent $225 on my memory, but used I can sell for $300 right now. Yeah, I mean not to be a dick. Kind of told you so.
What?
Talking to Andrew Mellon. But I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but this is actually quite comical. So Mr. Mellon is in charge of a couple things in my area, and he sends emails out every day, basically just going over rankings. And it's funny because you would think, just judging off of like how he words everything, that he's like drinking the Kool-Aid so hard that he's like all in about this, right? And I mean, he is to a degree, but like when you talk to him, you're like, this is the guy that sends these emails that come from like some high school girl that's all about something, like really into it. It's quite funny, to say the least. And yeah, it's funny. We'll just leave it at that. I think I'm actually going to get back into WoW seriously. Next expansion. Oh, I better finish this here. Amazon. Right. Okay, log in. RX 580 Nitro. So I'm going to link in here. Publish. So on Amazon it's more expensive, but I'm going to show you guys what I bought here. It's actually a killer deal. Oh, it just went back up in price too. Oh, I'm so glad I snagged it when I did. I'm going to send you guys a link here. Andy says hi. And he says hi to Gino too.
Who?
Melon.
I.
See ya, sir. I don't have to work till 11, so I'm good. I'll probably pick these up at some point. I only log on, just do dailies and weeklies. I need to get more of a life in this game. Finish these up. Actually, I need to train for more legendaries, I believe.
Ugh.
Ooh, 62, I can go and bump that up. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of crazy stuff going on yet. I really hope with, and I obviously have to tread lightly with people that watch, but I hope that I can make some changes in my life that really going to benefit me in the long run. I need to go here for a minute. I love doing what I do, and I just wish I paid more. Between you guys and me.
What?
I wish what I did was a sustainable income.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, cool. I need one more. Or 1,000 more. So let's go. Argus. Damn. I think it's order resources, really? That's good. Now for you guys on YouTube here, I can't get a good angle of it. So 34UM60-P. This is what I moved to here. Yeah, this is the exact one that I bought too. So this is my monitor. Finally joined the ultra wide. My wife seems to like her ultra wide. She likes it ultra wide.
Leave that alone.
Meh. Who said this was supposed to be PG?
Do you want to get age restricted?
Probably not. Threadripper's up for the Best Innovation Award at CES. Speaking of which, that's something I want to do at some point.
What?
Go to CES.
Oh, we have the money.
Yeah, true. Oh, hey, I already have a like on my
Video?
Yes, indeed. I have 1 view and 1 like. Sweet. I should probably get a lot of views on it since I really haven't looked at it or done much with it recently.
What?
I think everybody misses a puppy.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. So that's done. Somehow download a weird version of OBS.
Why?
I don't know.
What's it doing?
I probably shouldn't. No, it's just whenever I ran it, it was really weird. It didn't look like my usual.
Maybe they updated.
Hey, unethical hacker. Thanks for posting on my video. I'll go ahead and send you a like. As for posting daily videos, as you get suggested, there's a couple problems with me doing that. The first issue with that is, I just don't have the content to bring, right? So, you know, doing live streams every day is going to get old. Okay. I don't have really sponsorship behind me. Don't get me wrong. I've actually done a sponsored product once, which is pretty cool. But I don't get enough to do that, right? So that's a big thing. Second of all, from a small tech reviewer standpoint, 3 times a week is ideal. So when I have enough content lined up, 3 times a week is kind of where I feel I get the most traffic. And to be brutally honest, I mean, I don't do this for the views, but at the same time, I want to grow the channel. So you kind of have to follow in with, you know, what gets views. So one video I've been really wanting to do, but again, Popper came around and ruined it all. Thanks, Popper. I can hear him crying now, right? Is I want to do generational purchases. So I want to throw essentially $200 out there. And what the $200 is going to do is that's going to buy the best graphics card from the last couple of years. So we're looking at 1063 gig, 970 used, or 980, depending on what I can find, 780 Ti, Titan, whatever have you. And I'm really curious on what the performance gap is year over year. I think that's pretty cool because that's pretty realistic on a scenario that a lot of people might be in. So, who's that? So the scenario might be is, hey, I have $200. What do I do? And do I go new? Do I go used? What gives me the most performance? You know, is there, you know, what kind of risks are we involving with, you know, if we look at AMD cards, for example, I was looking at NVIDIA more particularly, mainly because I want to avoid mining debacles, because I would definitely grab a 570 if the price is right. Go. Go. There we go, got him. I just want to get in range before he dies. So that's definitely something I want to see. There's some other interesting videos that I've seen pop up recently. I want to do this power supply video, but I just never got around to it. And that is using 2 6+2s for one connector versus separate. See if that actually makes a difference or not. So, another video that I also really want to do is, you know, CPUs of the ages, right? So, this is life. Hold on a second here. $885, $890. Okay, we're good. So, I'm really curious because, and this would be a really expensive endeavor, and it required me borrowing my wife's 1080, which I know that she's not going to be very fond of me doing.
Nope.
But what can I say? Well, here, if you buy this for me, babe, my RX Vega, you can keep your 1080.
Wait, what?
If you buy my Vega from me, you can keep your 1080.
Nope.
Okay, that's worth a shot.
Because it stays in the house.
Yeah, I know. So there's no way of actually, you know, selling it without selling it.
Yeah.
But I would like to actually see what kind of gaming performance do you get out of, you know, upgrading a CPU. You know, look at Sandy Bridge, Haswell, AMD FX series, Ryzen, maybe Kaby Lake or something like that. So I obviously, actually what I probably want to go is, you know, first gen, so 920, go to like Sandy or Ivy Bridge, Haswell, Kaby Lake, something like that. That'd be quite interesting to go down memory lane and see, you know, what kind of pure game performance do you gain on I mean, we see it in the synthetics and stuff like that, but you know, I've always been about the value gamer, so that's kind of the system I'm putting together is essentially going to be something like that, right? Yes, I spent a fair bit of money on designing in a certain way. You know, do I need 6 LED fans? Of course not, but I am, just because I can. But outside of that, I mean, I didn't really actually go crazy. I went with ultra wide this time around, so. One thing I like about Beastmaster is the fact that you can literally solo anything. It's always fun. I'm feeling like somebody's right behind me. Yes, there is. Not too much. Oh, for those of you who don't follow me very close, I did get married. You know, me and my now wife got married just over a month ago, and we just celebrated 1 year of her being accident-free. She's not listening. Babe,
Oh,
are you listening?
hacked away. What's up?
I said 1 year accident-free.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Well, I mean, we're past the year mark, so, I mean, that's a pretty big milestone in my opinion. Her poor car. I mean, she's abused the daylights out of that thing.
Hey!
I'm not the one that's been in, what, 3 accidents?
Hush.
Am I wrong?
Hush.
I'm not wrong. Nah, she, I feel bad. I mean, I feel worse for the car, but I still feel bad. Last one was actually, interesting enough, Election Day when our Lord and Savior, Donald Trump.
Supreme Leader.
Supreme Leader, Donald Trump, was elected. So, that was, really...
What?
Okay, you're getting your ass kicked. Still kicking your ass, dude. I don't care. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm messing with him, not 5,000 HP. I'll get my shit kicked in so fast. We got 5 people watching. Nobody talking now. Oh, down to 3. Sad face. The RX 580 is actually doing really well on Argus. I'm surprised. I want to hook up my other FreeSync monitor because I'm running, just so you guys have my settings. I always run level 7 across the board, 2x MSAA. I'm actually running 144 FPS, but... Nope. 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 Well, I can probably go for that. I do need some order resources. We'll go there. I do, yeah, yeah, you can't, I do not believe. I'd have to add you as a moderator, and to be brutally honest, I don't know you that well. If you want to leave, like, the last portion of it, and then just direct us to, like, where it is, so if it's, like, say, hey, this is YouTube link, and then put that slash, you know, then I can maybe link it for you. I don't have a problem with that. What you playing?
Call of Duty.
How do these taste?
Really?
Everyone want to see me try a dog treat live on TV? No, I'm not doing it.
Go for it.
No. I will end up yakking all over live.
And?
I don't know if it'll get me followers or not. Can you imagine me turn this channel into like a dog food eating channel where I puke and people for some reason watch it? I feel like that would be popular for just all the wrong reasons. Oh, so let's talk about tech news. I like to do this every now and then. A lot has happened. So Intel and AMD, after ignoring for I don't know how long, not ignoring, flat out denying. Let me make this a little bigger here on the fly. So flat out denying that there's a partnership between the two, has come out and said there's a partnership between the two. Intel is basically contracting Radeon Technologies to make an integrated graphics chip for their processors to get rid of the Iris series. I can't confirm this, but rumor has that there's litigation between Intel and NVIDIA for patents, and I'm presuming that this was a cheaper route than actually licensing. So that probably makes a fair bit of sense. NVIDIA slips ahead of earnings as Intel hires AMD executive. Yes, I know that. Intel GPUs are coming. Yeah, well, maybe. So we'll talk about this a little bit more. So the reason behind why you would say why would AMD do this? You know, aren't they hurting themselves on the APU side and this and that? They're not, because what they're trying to do is, so their APUs are really going to be aimed at the entry and mid-range level, right? Here, I'll make this a little smaller so you guys don't have to actually look at my face anymore. What Intel's doing with AMD is basically going on the mid, higher end. So I believe it's going to be, almost replacing like a 1050 Ti, which I understand isn't higher end, but for like a laptop, like you're looking to spend $1,000, $1,100. So, AMD is really going to be pushing their APUs, which will be like 1030 level and an actual chip, regardless if it's going to be notebook or a desktop, whatever have you. So they're really not to be competing with themselves really at all in this regard, so that's definitely a good thing. And obviously that's going to be more revenue for AMD, right? So, there's no doubting that AMD's revenue has not been that good this year, or honestly good at all. They're finally posting a decent net earnings and a decent dividend. Ryzen has done phenomenal for AMD. It goes to show you that you don't need a perfect product, but you need a product that works well and makes sense, and people are going to buy it. And, there's another topic I want to talk about. So, this is more so, this isn't from inside because I work in the mobile industry. This will be from what I've read. Honestly, none of this is internal anyway. But, so, this goes to show you, so Apple, for example, for longest time, I've made a joke that, Apple leads, sheep of people, blah, 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 whatever, right? And honestly, it's not too far from the truth. So Apple came out with the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus this year, right? And, it has been mentioned many, many, many times that their sales are way down. They weren't anywhere close to their projections. And the reason why is, well, there's actually many reasons why, but some of them include, you're basically taking a rebadged iPhone 7 and calling it 8. Yes, there's going to be better camera. There's going to be wireless charging. There's no doubt there is quite a bit of new features. I get that. But the reality of it is nobody really cares about a lot of that stuff. They want to see innovation. They want to see new technology. And then you also have Samsung manufacturing your OLED displays. So the issue with that is they had production problems, so they had to push it back. So now you have a ton of iPhone 8 and 8 Pluses on the market. Honestly, I can tell you this. There are restrictions for employees to buy those, usually for several months. They were lifted on all carriers within 2 weeks. So the fact that you can go into almost any retail corporate location of any major carrier, and even like your Best Buys and Walmarts and Kmarts, and you can buy an iPhone 8. You could have done that 2 weeks after launch. It's never been like that. People are waiting for the 10. And it's like, what the heck was Apple thinking? So, there is a question I do want to answer. Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, they're doing HBM on APU, so that's going to be interesting. Intel will still have their integrated iGPUs. Yeah, but AMD is going to be supplying that actual chip itself. Would you recommend pairing a Ryzen 3 1200 with a GTX 1060? That's actually a really good question. I believe I've actually done a video with that. A Ryzen 3 1200 overclocked will perform in almost every scenario except for, I think it was, what's the Ghost Recon Wildlands? That's pretty CPU heavy. I noticed the Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7 squeaked out a little bit of performance, but you're really not going to give up much performance that would really give you the best bang for your buck, because they go up to like a Ryzen 5, right? You're going to spend you're going to spend 60 to upwards of $100 more. And that means you go from a GTX 1060, which would cost about $250, $260, down to a 1050 Ti, and then you're just leaving a lot of performance on the table. So there was an article on the Linus Tech Tip forums, and I can't remember when I saw it, but profit margins. So let me see if I can find it here. iPhone.
Excuse me.
Not Airphone, iPhone. Profit Linus. See if I can find it here. Oh, here we go. iPhone X smartphone cost Apple landed $357.50. And I'm gonna send you guys a link here. The original poster was Warboy, and basically that is a 2.82 multiplier, so serious margins. They give you an idea. The next closest, margin-wise, is the iPhone 7 and 8 at a 2.74 profit margin. And then everybody else falls in the 2.3 to 2.35 range. So we're looking at S7, LG G5, Samsung 8. Oh, God. Oh, wait. That's not a big deal. So, you know, I've made comments that Apple's margins are crazy. I didn't realize they were that crazy. So so this is actually a really interesting fact for those who don't know. The OLED display that Samsung makes for Apple costs Apple approximately $150. That means once you remove the display cost, that Apple is essentially spending, how am I in combat? There we go. Is essentially spending $200, manufacturers found, and they're selling it for $1,000. And I'm not going to shame Apple, because it's not like the profit margins on other phones are, you know, much better. But honestly, before Apple came to the market, margins on phones weren't that good. Margins were absolutely horrible. You know, what ended up happening was, instead of, you know, Samsung would have, you know, a lot of kickback deals with the carriers, so they'd make a lot of back end money, not a lot of front end money, right? So what ends up happening now is they're making all the money on the phones. The carriers aren't making any money on the phones. Interesting how that works. Answer your question. Ryzen 3 is a fantastic starter chip. Go for it. Spend most of your money on a GPU. That's where you're going to get the most return. And you know, you can always upgrade a CPU down the road, especially with AMD committing to trying to keep as much, you know, future-proofness as humanly possible in their Ryzen chips. They want to be able to make it so, you know, Ryzen 2 and Ryzen 3 are going to work on the exact same platform. Why did I do that? That was dumb. I know somebody's selling a Ryzen 7 chip and a board for $350. I mean, I'm not pointing fingers or anything like that. But, excuse you, I saw that.
What?
You know what?
What?
You know what?
I didn't do not a thing.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
And the only thing is, he can probably get a Ryzen 3 CPU and a board for like less than $200. So, yeah, he's not going to spend $300 on that system. I'm tired. Long day. Wish I could be off the next 3 days.
Hush.
This house better be spick and Spanish.
Is what?
I said this house better be spick and Spanish. Yes, I'm trying to be funny.
Uh-huh.
Am I supposed to go in here for this? I don't remember. Maybe? Nope, I feel like I wasn't supposed to go in here for this. I have a 1 terabyte solid state drive. I'm selling. That's about it. Yeah. I'm confused. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Maybe over here? Yeah, I'm really confused right now.
That's not hard to do.
Shut up.
You walked into that one.
Yeah, I don't use mechanical drives that often, although I will be soon. Yeah, I'm confused on what I'm supposed to do here. What do we do?
You looking for?
Let me see what it costs now. And I'll take
Go
off.
home. Xbox, you're drunk.
Why?
Floating graphics.
Well, that is Xbox for you. Okay, you can buy a brand new Crucial MX 300 1 terabyte for $290, and I would go to say a fair price would be to take 15 to 20% off, somewhere in that ballpark, because it is used. So between $230 and $245 would be a fair price, I would think. I totally think we're not in the right place. Totally think we're not in the right place.
We're not in Kansas anymore. What?
Yeah, we are not in Kansas anymore. This guy's outside.
Nice.
I still don't know how they have Arkansas and Kansas. It's literally the same spell and pronounced differently.
You're such a weirdo.
It still bothers me this day.
You bother me to this day.
How the heck are we supposed to get over to wherever they're at? I'm pretty sure it's over here. Really? Oh, it's annoying.
Oh.
See my all right. Arms itchy. Sorry, guys.
I think after this one, I'm gonna go to bed.
Aw,
Or
no
just
fun.
go in the room.
Sea puppers.
Yeah.
He's probably out like a light.
Uh-huh. Especially since she's listening to that music.
Yeah, that seemed to work.
See, I'm good like that.
No, do you know who's just that good?
Yeah, me.
This guy.
Me. You married just as good.
So, I got a quick story for you guys. So,
Oh, God.
I already told you this story. No, that was what I was doing today. So, a friend of my dad's works for a valve company. They do industrial valves and stuff like that. And their cell phone accounts with the company I work for. And basically what happened was he got a new phone from Apple. It was an iPhone 6. It was $300, full price, no contract, no nothing. I was under the impression they weren't making this, that they discontinued the 6 some time ago. But it is what it is. I'm not going to argue it, right? So, what ended up happening is that their IT guy sends him into my location because only we can install the app for him, for the email. And I told my dad's friend, I said, I have no problem helping you. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I said, there's nothing special that we have. Oh, hey, I completed this without doing anything. I said, I'm literally going to download the app and that's going to be it. Well, I keep trying to download the app and nothing's working. So I'm curious, like, what's happening? I click, it's an iPhone, you click get, install, put the Apple password in, done deal. Ah, this is where I was supposed to be. Okay, that makes sense. So what ended up happening was...
Actually, I'm done.
Okay. What ended up happening was it eventually locked his Apple account. So I hit, reset password. And I've been in contact with their IT people, and they said they don't know why it's not working, never seen it before, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as I hit reset password, it brings me up to the Apple ID screen. And it shows the login for the company. Now, that confused me because when I went back and looked at it, his iCloud and his iTunes and everything was all logged in as personal. So it got me thinking, why would it direct me there? And then I called him back and I said, who installs these apps? He said, I set everything up under the company account, install the app, and sign out. And I'm like, you're a freaking idiot. He's like, why? I said, because now that app is locked to your account, your Apple account. And it doesn't matter which iPhone I put this on. As soon as I log into his Apple ID and I go to download this app, it's not going to download it. So it's going to be searching for your Apple account. He said, how do we fix it? I said, well, A, don't be a freaking moron. But B, I'm going to do a restore from a previous version. If that doesn't work, I'm going to need your company's Apple account password. That's going to be it. Well, I don't want to give it out. I said, then you better hope I fix it. So I restore the phone, reset it, restore from previous backup. I installed all the apps. I kept asking for the company account password. I dumped the app, re-download it, boom, put everything in, worked. And my dad's friend's lucky because, to be brutally honest, that's not something that the cell phone stores have any training to do whatsoever. It was
just happened to be married to a used to be Apple user.
Yeah, so she's an Apple loser. Well, was an Apple loser. Now she's an Android loser. And I've actually ran into this once or twice before. But I'm...
Lucky you had me.
Yeah, lucky he had me.
Just TJ.
But, well, I mean, I got rewarded out of it, but... What do you think about streaming PUBG sometimes? I don't, because I don't play it and I don't own it.
What is it?
PUBG.
What is that?
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It's a very demanding game.
You're demanding.
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds system requirements. So, to give you an idea of how difficult this game is to run.
Ugh.
Well, actually, that's not bad. They recommend a GTX 1060.
Am I in the shot?
You want to be?
No.
Move to your left a little bit.
You're the left. You're right.
I thought you didn't want to be in the shot.
Alright, I'm going to bed. I'm going to go take a shower.
Okay, a little bit of head rub?
No.
Peas?
I'm going to go take a shower in bed.
I hate her so much. I want a divorce.
Bye.
Peace.
I get the house and the dog.
Do you get the debt?
No.
That don't work like that.
Yes, it does.
I'm going to quit my job so then I have no income. I'll live off the interest of my 401k. Yeah, good luck with that. So, as soon as I can offload... So, I'm debating, right? So, this is actually something you guys can answer for me. So, the goal is to net around $1,000. And what I mean by that is, basically, I have $0 and I want a new computer with $1,000, right? So, how that would work is... How does this thing work? You know, get something that's less expensive. So that's kind of what I'm working on. Well, I want to go from a Ryzen 7 1700 to a Ryzen 5 1600X. My reasoning behind that is I like having the extra cores, there's no doubt about that, but I really want something that can clock a lot faster. So the biggest problem I have with my 1700, it doesn't ever clock very well. 3.6, 3.7 is about the fastest I can get. If I get a whatchamacallit, 1600X, it should automatically overclock to 4 to 4.1 with proper cooling. So that's kind of what I'm hoping, because I want a little better game performance. Like, my multitask performance is fine. I don't have any issues with that. So the problem, though, that I'm running into is essentially... Oh, I got pictures. Hold on. Later. Wait. Do you need it now? Okay. Now. But anyway, yeah, what I was getting at is I want the faster CPU, right? So I can game better. But is it really worth... Like, I'm going to sell the CPU for probably $230, $250. And I'm literally going to get a $50 profit out of it by downgrading. So I'm going to give up 2 cores, 4 threads, but go a fair bit faster. About 300-400 megahertz, which does make a difference. I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't. You know, so that's where I'm having a little bit of difficulty. Is that really worth it? But then when I look at it, I'm only making like $40 in the motherboard. I'm only making, you know, well, I'm actually doing a decent amount on the SSDs. So I'm getting hopefully about $340, and I'm replacing with about $150. And I'm going to do an SSD and then a 2 terabyte drive. So, you know, that's honestly not a bad thing. Cool, I have enough to train legendaries finally. You can get a 1700 right now. Last time I checked was $284.99. Was the cheapest you can get one, and a 1700X is only $300. Yeah, PUBG definitely takes a fair bit of power, but you know the minimum requirements aren't that bad. You can get away with something, you know, pretty entry level in some scenarios. I'll show you here. So PUBG requirements, they want 6 gigs of RAM, 3rd gen i3, FX 6300, even though it's not even the same chip. GTX 660 or 7852 gig. I mean, you're essentially talking about a $300-400 system max. They hit the minimum. Now it's not going to play that well. You can probably, so my system is going to be basically the recommended. I'm going to have a Ryzen 5 1600X. I'm going to have an RX 580, 16 gigs of RAM. So I'm going to be at the level that it will, do well. More importantly, I'm reading here. They're talking about, meanwhile, 2-core 4-thread i3 part struggles, particularly on minimum FPS. This is interesting. Probably a pretty accurate read nonetheless, too. Yep, I can get an R7 1700 for $284.99, $299 for that, for the other one. And then I can get an 18. Oh, whoa. Amazon. Wow. Look at these prices, guys. And yes, this is my affiliate link. I'm not going to argue that. Really? Really? Yeah. Pain in my butt. Apparently she got no clothes on, so I gotta go get her stuff. Where's it at? TV? No, the C charger.
Should be plugged in behind my computer. It's in the back of my tower.
You really have a 10-foot cord? Actually, I would plug into the front of your tower, but thanks, slut. Here, come in front of the camera for everybody. With your what? We're down to 12 rules after this.
I scratched open a scratch from that one.
That cover. You're welcome. Love you too. Alright guys, since I'm up, I'm going to show you this. Ugh. My new monitor. The LG 34UM60-P. It is a 2560 by 1080, 75 hertz, FreeSync monitor. It was low threes, not a bad buy. Once I come back here, oh, the train. Cool. I'm at the hour point, so I can get off here in a minute. Now, I only gave her that because she promised me a back rub, and I have, evidence on my phone. Let's do submissions, and I'm going to call it a night because I'm tired. Okay. Yeah, I sold one of my 1440s. I'm going to be selling the other one here shortly. But, alright guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I did a video up. The video kind of blah. I'm not going to lie. Just did it real quick. I was running out of battery. But, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, this is Steve from PC Budget Solutions. And I'll see you guys later on down the road. Man, I'm tired.